everybody, and welcome to another episode of Healthy AF. I think this might be my final episode with Michelle Gallagher talking about breathwork, but I'm not really sure.
Hmm.
My name is Amy Chang, and I'm a health coach here with Healthy Living Health. Then let me try that again. My name is Amy Chang, and I'm a health coach here with Healthy Life, Health, and Wellness Coaching. And I'm so delighted you're here. If you're listening, this is our third episode talking about breathwork. If you get confused, please refer to the prior two episodes, or you can always click a link and find out a little something for yourself. Anyway, we're jumping in with my friend Michelle.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
But I'm so good, and I'm loving this conversation. And really, there's like we could have another couple hours of this conversation because there's layers and layers of what occurs when we go underneath that big umbrella title of breathwork.
Yeah, it's a true story. It's a true story. Breath is a very big umbrella. And so sometimes people are curious. Sometimes people are like, oh, no. Like, I don't do anything like that. That's not for me. And other times people find it like me. I find it in the roughest times of my life, or I'm asking really hard, deep questions, and I'm finding it on my own, and being like, wow, okay. So
Yeah, same. You get enough pain, you'll do about anything you can to get out of that pain.
it's very true.
Yeah, and breath work was kind of one of those things. Like I had a practitioner offer to me to do some breath work, and I had no idea what she was talking about, but I showed up because this girl needed some help. So we talked last time about my experience with a facilitated but unguided breath work, and I want to share that now with our listeners. When I said I had gone into some holotropic breathwork sessions, they were not guided. So there was music. I had on I showed up with nothing as usual. Like I'm just rolling in, here I am. And everybody else had like mats, like yoga mats to lay down on, like a cushy surface. They had brought blankets. They had eye masks, and I'm just like rolling off the street, like, hey, I'm here.
I'm new here.
I know, right? Like, oh shit, y'all packed a lunch. Dang. Yes, I was truly the new girl and they were all so kind. And one lady had extra stuff. And I guess that's kind of, they do that for each other. So she gave me a mat, and we somehow figured up an eye mask. It may have even been like a scarf or something, but it was eye mask. And so I go in the room, we have a conversation about sort of why we're all there, what we're all kind of dealing with. She says, okay, we're going to get started. The facilitator says we're going to get started. Lights go down. Music goes really loud. And it's like really heavy bass, tribal beat kind of thing. And she instructs us to breathe in a specific pattern. And it's in one breath to your belly, in one breath to your chest, and an exhale. And it's all through the mouth for that one specific session. And we go for, I don't even know how long we go. It felt like I was in a time warp. And I came out on the other side exhausted, relaxed, more sure of myself, deeply connected. And that was all with no talking. It was just the music. And that's an unguided, facilitated breathwork session. And then I discovered a facilitated, guided breathwork session. And the first one I did of those was in Oregon. And it was similar. We were on our mats. There was loud music, but there was a script. And a trusted facilitator was guiding us with that script. And what I wanted to share here, I don't think I may have told you this when it happened, but I'm not sure if I told you this or not. But I had been working with a trainer down here in Wilmington before I went to Oregon. And I specifically was working on getting back some of my upper body strength. And I had been doing a lot of dips and a lot of pull-ups, a lot of ring work, work on the rings and stuff. And I had noticed that, man, my left pec would not engage. She just was not having it. And I'm in that guided breath work. And I don't know what is being said. I know that they were saying stuff. And at first I was like, why are they saying stuff? I don't like this, because all I'd had was like an unguided session, right?
Right.
And but what they were saying, I think, was okay. You're right. Like my brain was saying, I don't know about this, but my body was saying, like, no, girl, it's okay, right?
Yeah.
And I started to cry. And after we kind of went through the bulk, I rolled over onto my left side to sort of do the come down, the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And sure as shit, what do I feel? But my left pec spasming.
Mm-hmm.
Next week in the gym, that pectoral muscle is like firing like nobody's business.
Mm.
So not only did I have the like emotional and kind of spiritualness that I expected to have, I did not expect for a sleepy muscle to turn on that next week.
It's powerful stuff.
Right?
It's all you. It's your body. Everywhere you go, there you are, right? Or our mentors in Oregon say. It's fantastic. We are so good at compartmentalizing. Okay, like my illness is over here with my MDs. My emotional mental health is with my
therapist, coach,
health coach, life coach, whatever. And then my physical body is in the gym. Yeah. And we've compartmentalized everything.
And my spiritual body's in the church.
And my spiritual body's in the church or online or wherever I'm getting my spirituality fed, right? Like it's like everything, when you start to actually let everything integrate and start running together like a well-oiled machine with the timing being spot on, like that's different. That's different than your arm just doing one thing and your leg like trying to do something else. That's different. That's cohesive. That is unity. That is everything that we are, everything that we've been created.
It's synergistic. Totally. It's like not just one arm plus one arm equals two arms. It's like you start adding in your breathing into your movements. You start adding in your, I had a client this morning actually text me and she was like, God, the thoughts in the morning are killing me. Mm-hmm. And actually, Michelle, I for the first time sent her the code to the app because I said to her about 4 out of 7 mornings at least, when I wake up, I run through one of the sessions in my 9D app now.
Yeah.
And I might not feel right away. Like I wake up and I've got the remnants of a dream, or I've got the remnants of a bad mood, or there's something on my calendar that I don't want to do, or there's nothing on my calendar. And that's unsettling, right? Mm-hmm. And it's not like I do the 9D breath work and then, 6 minutes after it, I'm like, oh no, I feel great. Life is fabulous. But what I've noticed is I'm more productive on those days and my attitude is better. And I am fully living in that old Olympic lifting, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Yeah.
And it feels good. It feels synergistic. It feels like, okay, I can do a little bit of my business work. I can do a little bit of my own personal healing work. I can like Swiffer the floors because dogs. I can, like everything feels like it's all integrated and flowing. It feels so good.
That is, that's like, ooh, that's you doing that with you or in yourself.
And I've never done that, girl. I've never done that. So that's what the app has given me. And I got the app because finally my friend Michelle went online and did her 9D.
I did it, guys. It's me. I did it. So I went and got certified. I did my 9D breath work. I went through the training. I have like this, my headsets come in. I'm like learning how to like tinker with all the things. And so in the midst of all that, you're like, hey, where's the Zoom?
Oh, yes. I'm right. You got to get me online. You're in California, man.
I know.
I can't drive there.
Seriously, it's real. Okay. It's real. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, well, I'm like trying to figure this stuff out. I was like, I wanted to share it with the people in the gym that I experience, that I coach, that I have become friends with. Like I'm seeing people all around in my town, in my life here and in Redding, California. I'm seeing people move without disconnect, like with disconnection. They're they're moving in pain. They're dealing with chronic, whatever pain. They're working an injury and it's not getting better, even though they do Rolfing every, whatever. It's like, there's so much happening with everybody in the world. We're disconnected. We're barely like looking each other in the eyes. Like, we're learning how to look each other in the eyes again. We're trying to like scan for safety everywhere. Like, is this person psycho? Is this person with me? Am I safe with this?
Right.
You know, it's like, we're learning how to be like normal human beings engaging with each other again. And I just wanted so deeply that all of the nervous systems that I was working with, all of the diaphragms, all of the pelvic floors that I saw, I wanted to help them all. And I knew that I could bring breath work to them in a CrossFit gym or in a strength and conditioning gym, because I know that these people would never find themselves in like a yoga studio.
No. And you know what also, you know, and I don't know if you know this, but also those people trust you.
Yeah.
Because
totally.
You've been with them.
Totally.
And there's a lot of trust between a great CrossFit trainer and that CrossFit community.
For sure. For sure.
And they'll do weird shit. I mean, I did it too. Like, okay, everybody, let's breathe. Put your hand on your belly. Okay, now squeeze up your vagina. Now squeeze up your butthole. Now let your vagina go. Now hold on to this. Now get out of your back. Yeah. They'll do some weird stuff when they trust you.
Yeah, exactly. And it's
perfect place to launch your 9D.
Totally. So I started like just wanting to offer it to my people. And then I was like, man, I wonder if more people in my city would be interested in doing this kind of stuff. Like, I'm not, you know, I look like this. I'm a fitness health coach. Like, I'm not, you know, I look a certain way. Am I even going to be accepted in offering this type of work when I don't maybe look like the people who search and they come in with their pillows and their and their yoga mats and their.
You mean you don't look woo-woo enough?
No, I don't look woo-woo enough. I don't. And I'm a spiritual person, okay? Like, I am, but like, I just, you know, I'm a ninja spiritual. I don't know. Like, I just, you know.
It's funny. I think all the woo-woo people I know, some of us look woo and others of us is like, man, we've been through the fire. Give me all your woo. Give me all the woo you can take. Right. Totally. And I do think that for me, for this scientific researchery kind of nurse practitioner that lives in me, she had to let the white knuckle grip of but show me the evidence-based practice research model. She had to let that go just a little bit and start living in, there are mysteries in the world that we don't quite understand yet. Yeah. And sometimes science can help us understand some stuff, and sometimes science can uncover some things, and then we can make some connections like, oh my gosh, that's why, because when we, you know, massage that vagal nerve, then we can come in, and one way we can do it is with the breath and blah, blah. And then it all makes sense. But before our science catches up to it making sense, it just lives in woo-woo land, but that does not mean it does not work.
Correct. 100% correct. And so,
and with breathing, I'm not putting anything in my body that then I have to metabolize. My kidneys don't have to work around it. My liver doesn't have to run. Like, really, the risk is low. Yeah. You know, when you look at all the things I have considered that live in the woo-woo land, like I've considered ayahuasca, I've considered ketamine or LSD. I've considered a lot of things to help my body, mind, spirit heal, release, grow. And what I like about breath work is you're not asking your body to process anything external.
Yeah. It's a really important thing to note that it is just your own body chemistry. It's you experiencing you. It's you getting out of your head and into your body. And it's you giving the driver's seat, giving your body a chance to sit in the driver's seat and to say, hey, I'm ready to see and to hold and to acknowledge everything that you've carried for a long time, that like, we need to let this go. We need to metabolize this. We need to be a conduit of our emotions instead of a container for them.
Girl, please. That is a beautiful thing. A conduit for our emotions, not a container.
Yes.
That's brilliant, Michelle. I love that.
Thanks.
We say, in Al-Anon, we say we won't be a slave to them. We learn we can feel our emotions. We can have all the emotions without becoming a slave to them.
Yeah.
And that was important. Man, when I read that, I was like, oh, that's how I've been living.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big like moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And breathwork helps us get there.
It helps us get there. And it's us with us. And the really cool thing about that it being just breath work with no outside external substance that we're ingesting or taking or, you know, whatever. It's like it's at any point in your breath journey experience. So the journeys that I facilitate are usually more length. They're long format. So anywhere from 20, 30 minutes to like 60 or 70 minutes. So my breathwork events can be anywhere up to 90 to 2 hours of time.
From stem to stern, from beginning to like we've integrated and we're out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So the actual breath journey itself is laced in there. It's like woven in there. But there's a lot of prep that I do beforehand. There's a lot of like creating a safe container, whether it's in person or online. People need to know who you are. People need to like understand where you're coming from. Because if I coach someone for the first time and they're analyzing, they're like, okay, like what is there anything that is similar to me? Can I trust this person? Is this person like safe or not, you know? And so there has to be an element of, hey, like here's who I am, a little bit about me. Here is why I got into 90 breathwork. Here's why it's changed my life. Here's why I'm doing it and offering it to more people. And now with Zoom
online, thank God.
Yes, online, I can now like reach more people that are just outside of my own little community here in Redding, California. And it's creating that container. It's creating and giving you full disclosure on the control and you are the captain of your own ship. You control everything. So even if you feel like you're breathing the way that you're supposed to be breathing and your body's like, or your mind is like, I don't know about this, then you can breathe in and out through the nose instead. And you switch gears, you pump the brakes maybe a little bit. So that way the experience of the tingles or the tetany or whatever you're experiencing can like calm down a little bit. And then you can remind yourself that you're safe. You can remind yourself that you're in control. And then if you feel like ready to go back in, then you start leaning back into it.
Fine. Okay. So I have this with clients all the time. And when we first start, and they often want to know if I'm going to tell them what to do, or if I'm going to tell them this, or I'm going to tell them that. And I'm very clear with them. Like the first session we have is basically going over the terms and conditions. And one of those terms is like, dude, you're in charge. This is your show. This is not my show. And I got, you know, I do have skin in the game, but I don't have any skin in the game. I mean, this is your deal. And I find that just in verbalizing that in that very safe container of a way of like, you're here for you, man. I'm just standing beside you. There's such a powerful moment for that person that they are really being given control of their lives, where a lot of times we don't feel like we have control of our lives.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I think that's because we're looking at all the external things in our lives. We're not looking over here. But in this way, in this capacity, when they come to you and learn to breathe and have this experience, you're saying to them, this is you for you, and you're in charge. That's some power right there when we come in powerless.
Yes. It's, I do. I always say, hey, it's you with you for the next like 90 minutes or whatever, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever. Like it's you with you. And I tell people all the time, you're going to learn a lot about yourself, whether or not you're like, whether it's like good or bad, like where you're like, oh shoot, I can't breathe very well. Or why does it hurt so bad when I try to expand my lungs? Or you're going to be like, whoa, I didn't know I could hold my breath for a minute and a half. That's crazy. But it's you with you. It's you coming away from that experience, learning something new about yourself, because most people are not practicing ways in which they can connect to themselves. No. So before 90 breathwork, I had like the Headspace app, right? Like the meditation app. And I loved that. That was awesome. When I was learning how to be in stillness and learning how to just like let this just freaking on fire all the time,
Yep.
just squirrel everywhere, just all the things all the time. Like I remember the biggest takeaway for that to just sit for 5 minutes. That 5 minutes became 10 minutes, 10 minutes became 15, then a 20. And I could just allow myself to notice the swirl that was going on in between my ears.
Yep.
And but that was a muscle I needed to learn how to flex. It was a
Yep.
muscle I needed to learn how to grow and develop. It's just I didn't have to fix anything. I didn't have to jump in. I didn't have to swirl myself into and wrestle with the thought that was going through my head. I just had to be observant. There's a thought there, it's happening, and then I'm going to come back to my breath. So
What I love about that practice too is you also don't have to resist anything.
yes,
You don't have to accept anything.
yes,
You don't have to buy in to anything. You just have to notice.
yes.
I told you when we started this, and I actually shared on another podcast that my dog died, and I had the oddest thoughts. I was getting in the shower, I think the day after she died, and right before she died, I had been hand feeding her some treats. But she wasn't eating a whole lot. And she got up and she looked like she was going to throw up. And I think maybe she aspirated a little bit. I don't know, really. I don't know. It was a very quick, kind of acute dying. But the thought popped into my head that I should not have fed her, that may have been why she threw up. Right?
Right.
And because of this type of work, this metacognition type of work, where I can see my thoughts, I knew not to buy in. The emotion was there. I felt guilty. Like maybe I'd hurt her. And so I could see the guilt too. I'm like, okay, great. I'm feeling guilty and I'm having this thought. And I know that if my friend came to me and told me this, I'd be like, girl, you are not that powerful. You cannot make people throw up or die, and I'd give myself a hug actually. And so I could do all those things. But I think one really, really beautiful thing that you said about noticing all the thoughts was that you don't have to believe them anymore.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of energy spent to attach on or to latch on and to be like, no, I need to no, that's not right, or that's not
that.
good.
I need to prove to myself that I didn't kill my dog by going back and looking at her medical records. And no, you don't.
Totally.
No, you don't.
Just that observation, not needing to fix, and then realizing oh, there I am thinking it again, and then just bring it back to the breath.
Yeah.
And that is probably one of the most powerful things we can do for ourselves as human beings is understand that we can observe our thoughts without becoming them, without believing them, without fixing them.
Yeah.
That's very, very powerful. I think there's this quote that I have up here, and I've been just waiting to say it. Just the first part of it. It's by Matt Gottsman. He says, once you've built a home within yourself, you stop needing the world to give you one. And that right there is how we change the world. It's how I change my own world. It's how I've changed my own life. It's how I'm able to create a container for people because I am good here with me. And I think a lot of this self-compassion talk, a lot of this be kind to yourself and love yourself and all these things, we're missing the mark when it just kind of becomes the next thing that we need to try to optimize in our body and biohack ourselves. We need to be still and understand whatever's coming up is there for a reason. And until we hold space for it, until we give ourselves the time and the space to be yeah, little Michelle, I see you. I see you there. And I'm just going to sit with you with this and know that we don't need to fix this. We don't need to change this. But I'm going to sit here with you and you can not be alone in this. And we can just reparent our little selves. And it's just amazing.
I did the same with a friend the other day. She was having a really, really rough time. And I was 10 minutes from her house. So I was like, do you want me to come over? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, great. So between now and then, once you get your journal out and just write down the thoughts that are happening, just write down the thoughts. And so I got there and I said, would you like me to read these thoughts? And she said, yes. And so I read them. They're very dark. And then we did some breath work, and we did some settling, and we did some, loving, caring. And then I said, okay, now let's go back and look at those. And I said, when you look at this page, how do you feel about that? How does your body feel? And she said how she felt. And I said, I wonder if we could put some compassion, because these are really painful feelings. These are really, really painful feelings. And we played with that just a little bit. And later she was like, Amy, I was just going to burn that. And I'm like, that is part of your experience of your life right now.
Yeah.
And we don't have to deny it. We don't have to believe it. But if we don't recognize it, probably going to keep being a part of your experience of your life.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Michelle and I talked so long that we made an hour episode. So I'm cutting this wherever this is. Hopefully it's at a good halfway point for you. If you want the rest of the story, you're going to have to tune in next week. Thank you for coming along with us on our journey, and we will see you next week.